And welcome to Hannity. And tonight, we're just 6 days away from the Wisconsin primaries. And last night, 2016, Republican frontrunner Donald Trump said he would no longer honor the pledge that he signed to support the Republican nominee. Let's take a look.
Do you continue to pledge whoever the Republican nominee is?
No, I don't anymore. Look,
you don't?
No, we'll see who it is.
You won't promise to support the Republican nominee?
And he was essentially saying the same thing. Let me just tell you, he doesn't have to support me. I have tremendous support right now from the people. I'm way over 2 million votes more than him. I don't want to make people uncomfortable. I don't need their support. Now, maybe it'll be a negative, maybe it won't.
Now, Senator Ted Cruz and Governor John Kasich, they were asked the same question. They weren't as blunt as Donald Trump, but they did not say whether they would still honor the pledge. Take a look.
Do you still stand by the pledge to support whoever the nominee, even if it's Donald Trump?
Well, Anderson, as you mentioned, what I said is true. I'm not in the habit of supporting someone who attacks my wife and attacks my family.
So I just have to follow up. If Donald Trump is the GOP nominee, would you support him?
Let me tell you my solution to that. Donald is not going to be the GOP nominee. We're going to beat him.
I've been disturbed by some of the things that I've seen, and I have to think about what my word and endorsement would mean in a presidential campaign. So I want to see how this thing finishes out.
From the Daily Caller, Fox News contributor Tucker Carlson, Fox News senior correspondent Geraldo Rivera. Look, I don't know any other way to say this, Geraldo. There's a circular firing squad that is now emerging.
Sure is. And
it is ugly, and as ugly as it's ever been. And all this is going to do is elect Hillary Clinton. And I'm saying this today, March 30th, so that they can stop what they're doing. What are your thoughts?
My thought is that, talk about rhinos, Republicans in name only. These guys are obviously filled with more hatred for each other than they are dismayed at the prospect of a Hillary Clinton presidency. It is clearly self-destructive. It is spiteful. It is not helpful. The tone of this campaign has gotten so grotesquely personal that I totally agree. I mean, if I was Donald Trump and I thought someone was sneaking naked pictures of my wife public, or if I was Cruz and, they were portraying my wife as someone who is less attractive than the other guys, this is like, the kind of college or barroom brawl stuff, but it's clearly not going to help the Democrats and not going to help the Republicans, rather, and the Democrats are being gleeful right now, Sean.
Yeah, it's like stupidity on stilts, Tucker. Do you see any resolution to this?
Well, here's the problem. I mean, I agree with Ben Carson completely. There are a lot of Republicans in Washington who would secretly, maybe some cases not so secretly, prefer Hillary Clinton. On some issues like foreign policy, they just agree with her more. I think that would be bad for the country. Here's what would be a disaster. If Republicans in D.C. successfully wind up installing someone who got few or no votes during the Republican primaries as the nominee. Why would that be a disaster? Because it is an attack on the idea of democracy itself. Democracy and free speech are the two most important concepts in America. The country was founded on it. And the average person kind of believes that his vote matters. It matters if you vote for someone. You have some power to affect who governs you. This would be basically a refutation of that. This would be saying, no, the donors choose. And that would be deeply destabilizing.
Now, Tucker, the amazing thing is that's the plan. They want to usurp the will of the voters, disenfranchise them, and then say, here's your consensus candidate, we'll pick for you, which renders the votes.
Let's be honest, that's the whole point of the Kasich candidacy. Right. And I'm not against Governor Kasich, but let's be real. He has no mathematical possibility of getting to the majority, so why is he in the race? In order to either get it himself, which would be fundamentally illegitimate, or make the way clear for someone else to get it.
But in fairness, though, and one wonders at this point if it's possible, but Trump and Cruz can prevent that. They can stop that. They have enough delegates themselves between them that they could stop that now. Geraldo?
Trump is the only one who can win this nomination, it seems to me, in this process. I think he will. I think Cruz would probably take Wisconsin, but Trump will clearly sweep the Northeast, and I think out here in California, Trump should prevail. But you have a situation where Donald Trump's base is shrinking. You have the fact that you have these two main rivals who are saying they will not support him or may not support him in the general election, a stunning development. Then you have this whole thing with women and Trump saying that if a woman has an abortion, that she should be criminally prosecuted if abortion is outlawed. I mean, that's crazy stuff. I know that he has retreated or backtracked on it somewhat today. That's crazy stuff. But still, the attitude, the vibe toward Trump now is that he's got these angry white blue-collar guys, and they're facing out, and everybody else is against them. And you can't win the presidency of the United States if that's your main demo.
What do you think, Tucker? Last word.
You can attack Trump. That's fine. It's totally legitimate. It's warranted in some cases. What you can't do is attack the idea of democracy. You weaken the country. That's scary stuff. They've got to back off on the idea that someone who hasn't won a lot of actual votes from real voters could be the nominee. That's really crazy. They should stop it.
All right, guys, thank you both for being with us.